Welcome to April 2022 of Anastacia Blue Beyond Guide, Being Free to Be Me, monthly energy up healing transmission that I'm choosing to share and come in here today to bring a new wave of energy through personally through me verbalizing and talking from spirit to soul here to you right now. And the first thing I want to start off with by saying is take a moment to see a reverse waterfall bringing your energy in into yourself right now. It's really huge that I've personally said it to a few people this morning. We are going through so much of rebirth and upcoming resurrection energies. And this is a divine healing, freely gifting upgrade of fifth dimensional energies by you coming into this space right now. You don't need to understand all the words that are being said. It is about your presence and your energy in just being you is enough. And if you have watched these before, if you're new, at the beginning when I start talking and sharing, as this goes out to all of humanity as a living template in my role and mission of living in divine service 24/7, today is a new wave of energy, of proof, living these energies of raw and real, coming forward from behind the scenes. That a new wave and a turnaround is here. Breathe. Take that in for yourself for a minute. This is an end zone of the old, of older energies and service through freedom of choice that I am choosing to personally come here and share of my personal energy is very exciting for me. So if you have done the inner work and persisted and have not given up and have kept your faith and trust, well, masters, it has come through that a new turnaround wave is here now, finally. Take a moment, feel, breathe, and release the old constantly. Each moment, memory, trauma, or loop in your head simply needs to go now. If you take the time to breathe, feel, honor, and acknowledge each memory or situation that's been coming up recently, and then whoosh, and breathe and release it out of your aura and your energy space, you will feel a false anxiety that comes with this. This is brand new human embodiment, spiritual ascension right here and now. Because learning to embody the human being with the spiritual is something that many of us from behind the scenes have been experiencing for some time now. And it's time that we come out further than ever before, masters. And I do so by leading in all I share and say for myself with my divine role and mission as an ascension pioneer of 5D, as a new earth ascended earth master. No one is better than another. We are all divine sparks of God, the divine of source. Let me anchor that energy in right here and now. It takes moment by moment flowing, integrating all we have learned into every moment of our lives. And if you see episode number 7 with Rhonda Thompson in the last 24 hours, as she, Chris, and I shared our living divine energies in Trinity, new unity energies, as unity is community in both spirit and soul, embodying through linking our hearts and emotions to feel and being super conscious every moment. If you watch number 7, you will be gifted a sacred energy alignment further on your soul and spirit divine journey. We are needing to remember to slow down, to pause, to breathe, to allow a shift and uptake of energies is one of the greatest messages that comes over and over. And it's easy for us to say, I know this, and to feel that you're doing this. And this is asking you to elevate higher and further of a 5th dimensional and 6th and beyond energies. And align all your energy centers and your chakras, as you can see behind, align constantly by integrating every living moment by moment through yourself. Because what has been missing is the raw and realness of living what is being shared. And it does take some years to grow into our Ascension Masters, and that takes human experience and time to live through yourself firstly. Please take a moment. There's another anchoring in of energy happening right there with that. Now, personally, I've majorly pulled back my personal energy. It is taking me 6 very long months consciously working on myself on all layers and levels with every connection with every person to be able to do so, because Ascension has changed and altered. And for me, for 26 years bringing through, living through myself, that I was not able to cope or manage, and that we have to pull back more than ever or we will not cope. It's simply that. It has come to an end zone of the old for many. Please be aware, if you say, I know that, I'm doing that, please uptake a further divine healing, validation, mirroring, new energy updated to the planet, firstly live in this transmission. I am choosing. This series of videos is aimed at the first of every month in being free to be me, to do this my way, to say how I want, what I want. Much easier said than done until you actually step up and get behind a camera and stream this out to the world is a whole different experience. And those masters that are coming in and have put their hands up and guided from spirit every 2 weeks for this year to join Chris Trujillo and I in co-creating videos is life-changing for those masters in ways that they don't know. You don't know what you don't know until you come in the live. I have spaces opened for the rest of the year, and it was shared that if anybody feels they have a message that they would like to share and they would like to come on, please email me to see if I'm guided, if this is for you. The Oracle speaks at bigpond.com. It's a 9th dimensional healing. You will not know or understand what that means unless you show up and you feel. These are beyond words energies, okay? A lot of words there. However, every word is deliberately chosen for its vibration. There is a purpose with everything. So, due to me having to pull back my energy space, I have new platforms. There's the co-creating videos. There is the 144 gathering by exchange every month, because I'm choosing to share my personal energy. Therefore, the exchange is required. There are one-on-one divine healings. There are 200 YouTube videos that are freely gifted of my personal energy space for the last 2 years, and 26 years in the last 10 years, mainly publicly writing, is a lot of energy. So as we progress further, many more are just beginning. And I'm also talking Those people who are quite spiritual are just beginning. They're just beginning to feel the emotions to link with their spirit. So this has really thrown a lot of people in sort of a deep end, which is a good analogy, so to speak, because I've been doing this for so long. I'm so spiritual. I've done this course and I've done that and I've done this. That's great. When did you take the time to stop and feel? I didn't have time, I put it on the back burner. Well, I'm sharing it is now time. So this is from all walks of life. Yet I've known people that have just awakened in the last 2 years that emotionally they're not further ahead because it's not a competition. They are streaming along for themselves. I can say and see this because I understand what I mean, much further than others who are just starting and on their journeys, these younger souls that have just more recently awakened. And I see souls in all walks of life and ages, and it's just beautiful how we're all in this alphabet soup together to make up a diversity of energy and stages. And the biggest message is show up and be you and start trusting to voice and speak and feel more. Living in divine service has altered and changed to living through freedom of choice. Now, this has been life-changing for myself, and if I'm a template with all of humanity, of 26 years working deeply beyond below the iceberg with 5D ascension in both spirit linking with soul, then this means that the new turnaround wave, a new flow wave has arrived in the human with living proof. That's why these are unique. That's why these are different. That's why these are smaller in numbers. It's time for us to reach out for others. I could have written an update as I've done and shared a picture, and the last couple took off, was shared with thousands. Today, I'm speaking up and voicing and ask that the video be shared as much. There is nothing like the real rawness, the palpable energies. It's up to us, because the rest is for you to grow into to what this means for you further on your divine soul and spirit's journey, masters. Consciously bring your energy in right now, as many are not realizing how our energy is very out at the moment due to all the energy processing we've been doing and completing of the old, as we each are going through a rebirth and upcoming resurrection. So I'm going to close with this today. Today was an introduction for this new wave of being free to be me, of service through freedom of choice. A new turnaround wave, a new flow wave has arrived. This is an end zone of the old. I will also add that I wrote briefly the other day, this is so big, this change in the human and letting go of human time, that words do not cover this. The energies at the moment is like a breakup, a divorce, a rebirth, a moving house, all those energies all at once, that we are still in a new process with all of this. It has taken 6 months to go through this personally live as a human template, to anchor this in, to breathe and release. The path and the way has been cleared for you to uptake for yourself for where you are at. I am a mirror of the divine. If you are tuned in and connected, you will feel and resonate to this of beyond words, masters. And I will finish off with something written by the wisdom of the 4 winds about this. Are you ready? Feel the uptake in your crown, linked with your throat right now. There is a lot of activity and repair happening with the throat. We have passed beyond time and into timing. Stay with me this when I continue. Please don't say you know this. Please take a moment to feel and allow something new to come in pure, divine, unconditional love. We have passed beyond time and into timing. Clock time no longer serves. The when of life, the moment to move, is now of another dimension. To honor that we sometimes have to wait, have to go into silence, where we are not pushed by timetables and schedules. There we find the voice within, find our higher wisdom, and in that truth, the courage to answer the cry of the river that is our life. Wisdom of the Four Winds, that's from. We've passed beyond time and into timing. This means everything. This is new. Thank you so much for joining here today. I will leave this with you. Please enjoy seeing the video yesterday with Rhonda here on the Anastacia Blue Beyond Guide Facebook timeline. It's also the same name on YouTube. If there's anything else that you would like to inquire and know about, there is the new website under construction, AnastasiaBlueBeyondGuide.com. And these are because people ask me these questions. And if you want to inquire about the 144 private Zoom gathering where you beautiful masters come in, and that elevation is beyond words, and I will share about that soon. Email the Oracle Speaks altogether at bigpond.com. The Oracle Speaks at bigpond.com. Thank you so much for joining me here and for sharing this for wherever and who you feel to share with this. And I'll pull back my personal energy space now as other souls are needing to step forward and seek. And as we pull our energy back, it allows others to be in their own energy space, for them to transmute and uptake. So many are overspilling without even realizing. Be aware constantly, super consciously, where your attention and your thoughts are at. Every time you have a random thought or a random memory, your energy is leaking out. So now is the time to deal with this. And each time that memory comes, feel it, notice it, allow it, and consciously release it. It will not return in a loop, because underneath this is false anxiety that can be shifted once you realize this old anxiety is false. You need to know more. You need to seek further with me. Love and blessings. Thank you for joining me, Masters. Let's have a Yahoo of an April, and I'm looking forward to a special transmission, probably Easter Sunday. It's a resurrection. My name, Anastacia, means a resurrection. And every year I know it's quite big and life-changing for me for those few days. So we've got lots to look forward to here. Thank you for joining me as unity is community. Bless. Thank you, Masters.